good evening, one and all. Welcome to another fantastic edition of Cop Talk. Yes, yeah, I know we're looking a bit light on the screen today, but don't worry, they are on their way. Don't worry, reinforcements are on the way, and I hope that we're going to get reinforcements at Anfield in January as well. Big shouts. How we doing, Dr. Blake? How we doing, bro?
Boy, we're undefeated, man.
Yeah,
Undefeated, you know what I mean? But boy,
two games undefeated. Sounds good, innit?
it does. It does.
Ain't
But
heard
then
that.
it doesn't.
Ain't heard that for a minute.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Welcome, Mr. Mark Foster. Nice to have you on board, sir. Oh man. Okay. So it was all about at home to Sunderland, which I knew wouldn't be an easy game, not only because of how we've been performing, but because of how they have been performing. They have been the surprise package, I must say. And I've been very impressed with them so far. So I knew it wouldn't be an easy game. But what a performance, man.
Yeah, it's Vinny, he's here to uplift our spirits. Here to uplift our spirits, man. Is he in?
Good evening, sir. How you doing, V?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. How are you guys? All right?
I'm all right.
You okay?
Yeah,
all
man.
Good, all good. Well, all good. But yeah, so we're talking about yesterday at home to Sunderland. Knew it wouldn't be an easy game because of how Sunderland have been performing. Forget about how we've been performing. But yeah, what a performance yesterday, huh? Or should I say, sorry, rephrase that. What's a lack of performance, I should say. Because that was, oh man, it's close to abysmal, in my words. Close to abysmal.
You know, it was. It's almost like we played like we were scared. And like the lack of pressing. There's some clips that you're seeing where you've just got Isak and Wirtz pressing, and the rest of the team's like 50 yards behind them. It's almost like we played like we were shook, like they were gonna just match us up in the midfield or their pace on the break, I guess that's the one. See it there? Like my head's gone, bro.
Can anybody explain that to me? What's occurring here, man?
It's absolute. It's madness. It's kind of hard to defend that, man, and we literally that's the only thing I can say. We literally played like we were scared, bro. Like we played like we were scared, and maybe we had a reason to be scared because I was watching Sunderland play yesterday. I was just like, right, this team can run. They're pacey, they're dynamic, they're physical. I'm looking at our boys, and I'll just end it there. Vinny, over to you, man. Uplift the ting, Vinny, man. Uplift the ting, man.
What did you think?
I really don't know. I may be the wrong person to be on the show tonight, mate, because I really don't know. Evening, by the way, gentlemen. It's good to see you all, and evening to everyone at home. It's bewildering. I'm mesmerized, but not in a good way. So maybe mesmerized is the wrong word. Befuddled, bamboozled, dumbfounded, amazed, shocked, disappointed, all at the same time as being not surprised, if that makes sense. It's really a really strange season. And yesterday, in regards to yesterday's performance, lacked motivation, lacked energy. It's almost like they don't want to be there at the moment. It's almost like they don't want to be at Anfield at the moment.
Well, this is what I said, man. People are getting at me. This guy has lost the dressing room. They're not performing for him, bro. I don't understand what why
Do you think it's just that though?
I think it's a big. I think it's a massive part. I think it's a massive, massive part. And Mark says, first of all, he says mistakes cost us again, but he says I don't like saying this, but I'm at the point slot out.
Yeah,
Bro, we were slow, lethargic. The passing was like crab football. Everything was sideways. Nothing wanted to go forward. And I saw players who were making actual forward runs and frustrated because the ball weren't going forward. It's going back to Van Dijk, back to Kanate, square to Kanate, square to Gomez, then back to Kanate, square across to Van Dijk. Like, we're at home. Put these boys under pressure.
But how can it go if it is him, right? I still think the Jota thing plays a part, but that's starting to run through weird thing amongst people's ears because, you know, but I still think it plays a part. But could he really have lost the dressing room that quickly?
Yes. And do you know why I say that? And do you know why I say that on a serious note? Because I feel what's happened is, so last season when he came in, he's just, okay, I've got to work with these guys already, and I'm just going to roll with what we've got already and how we were before with a slight little tweak. But now he's tried to stamp his authority on them and change everything up, and they don't like it. They're not used to it. This is not what we're used to. And I think this is where it's gone wrong. And I think also that it's going wrong, and he's not helping himself.
That's a dangerous space. That's a dangerous space to be in, right? If, as a club, you are in a position where the players, just like what Man United have been doing for the last 10, 12 years, could end up almost dictating who they want at the club. Maybe they still got a Klopp hangover. I don't know. But I would like to see him give him a chance because Marco Van Basten said that apparently he's one of the best minds in terms of football he's ever heard. That's Marco Van Basten saying that. But maybe he's too mad. Maybe he's too much of a mad scientist. Maybe he's trying to do too much.
The thing is, but I feel like we saw that last, and I think this is just like, look, I think right now it is abysmal. It's unacceptable. Like, if he gets sacked, he gets sacked because I just feel this is very, very hard to defend. But I hold on to what I saw last season.
Defend being the key word.
But my thing, I just think what I saw last season, you can't fluke that. You can't fluke in-game tactical management throughout the season. And not just like, you see, like in maths, yeah? Back in school days, when man used to get like the right answer, teacher would say to you, unless you can do your working out, I'm not gonna accept this. He was getting the right answer and giving you the working out. He's telling you exactly, I changed this to do this, to impact that, and that's why we won. Like you can't fluke that. So my thing is, I just don't understand why we're so bad this season, isn't it? Like, you can't show that level of tactical understanding and now be so bad. And this is where, like, I am baffled. But either way,
well, I feel what's happened is the main reason why is because of the lack of press that we now have.
Yeah.
At least last season we were still pressing. So now when we're not pressing, remember, pressing helps you defend, number one, but it also forces the other team into mistakes. So where you nick balls and then you create chances, you score goals. We're not doing that, so that's taking away a chunk of goals again. So this is another issue.
Well,
and then also it also now gives the other team more confidence. And these are things that count big in games. When you get teams that give them confidence and they get together, it's now you say a problem. They got a bit of momentum going.
Okay, let's take Isak here. Let's work on the basis that Slot's lost the dressing room. All right. If I'm Isak, and of course 125 million pounds, and I'm looking like absolute garbage, like, I shouldn't need the manager or me to have belief in the manager for me to be playing well, innit? Like, so Bosley, okay, he hasn't been amazing, but most games he's our best player. His intensity hasn't dropped, work rate hasn't dropped, his quality hasn't really dropped. So it's just like, I think all of this can be true. I think maybe Slot has lost the dressing room. Maybe the players aren't. I just don't even know, bro. I'm looking at it. I'm just like, these bres look washed. Bro. Isak looks washed. Let's be honest, innit? Verts looks washed. I'm sorry. Like, for 160 million pounds, it's a washing, innit? Like, we're celebrating basic things. Don't get me wrong. Our goal yesterday was a lovely piece of skill from him in the box, but this should be a standard. It's the first time you've seen that. Like, what we've got from these guys is so poor that we're celebrating like
and the shot he hit was so wide. It was a deflection.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like, don't get me wrong, we're all desperate for Verts to do well because obviously we can see that he's a great talent, but it's like he does basic things and we're like, oh, amazing. It's just like they all look so bad. I'm just like, how can you all look so bad, isn't it? All look like Van Dijk's now a meme. That's killing my chest as well, bro. Like,
oh my gosh.
Jeez, bro.
But why do you continue to play what do you call it? To play Isak when you've got Ekatike, who is doing so well. And he looks more of a threat every time he comes on.
He does. Chiesa one's baffling, bro. Like the bread, like, and do you know what? I didn't think this last season, yeah.
There you go, Doctor. Look.
Yeah, you see?
What has Chiesa done wrong to Slot? This guy should be starting every game more than Gakpo. The energy he brings is more than any other player apart from Szoboszlai. I can't knock that.
Yeah, it's true. Like, my thing with Chiesa was it's almost like that was the only signing Hughes made last season, yeah? And he didn't play him at all. Like, is there a bit of, I wouldn't say friction, but is there a bit of tension between recruitment and Slot? Because
yes,
because it was interesting last season that my man got 0 minutes. Fair enough, Salah had a Ballon d'Or level season, but he got 0 minutes. Start of this season, doesn't make the Champions League squad. It's like the guy can't catch a break. I just wonder, man.
Last week reference was made to the fact that Slot didn't want Diaz to go.
Yeah.
But Richard, Mr. Hughes kind of thought, no, bigger picture, it's time to let him go. But you would be insane as a coach of a club of that standard and that level to think, I'm not going to pick this guy because I've got issues with that guy. That'd be mad. That would be absolute madness, especially when you've just won the league and you're trying to defend your title and then try and go through Europe. The other thing, though, for me,
sorry, V,
which is
just to clarify,
yeah.
Sorry, I was saying more is the issue more from Hughes to Slot as opposed to Slot to Hughes, in a sense that I've given you tools and you haven't used it. In regard to the whole PA from last season, and then say some of the signings this year have, to be fair, really, I can't say this year. I think most of the new signings have been used this season. So really is only really Chiesa. So actually, maybe it's a nothing argument. But yeah, that's what I was making more Hughes to Slot.
To Slot, yeah. No, I hear you. I think the other thing for me, right, is like, is it too many changes? Is it too much of a personnel change as well? Losing Trent, as much as even I'm like, you know what, if he wants to go, let him go, innit? We're bigger than that, you know? But it's changed our dynamics of play. Has it really? That's a big impact, yeah? We can't deny that. We just look shot, though. We look shot to pieces.
Especially yesterday.
Yeah,
like
at
least West Ham, we did not look this bad.
And
at home, yesterday it was a hard watch.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Watch.
we look scared, bro. And even I remember Carragher commenting and saying like, "Where's Cody Gakpo? Like my man's basically playing at like left back." Like it was, yeah. It's almost like Slot's lost confidence in the team as well. Like I can't set you up to be aggressive and win games because that's not happening anymore. So let's just be cautious. Like, and it worked against West Ham. He tweaked it a little bit yesterday. Those tweaks didn't work. But even listen, you know what? Maybe I'm in denial about Slot's role in this. Maybe I am. But I keep going back to the recruitment from the viewpoint of yesterday. Slot was saying, "Yeah, I changed Cody Gakpo because he basically wasn't dominating 1v1 versus his winger, right?" And his fullback. Slot basically said this, and then he said, "That's why I bought a Mo Salah." And I think to myself, all right, if in your tactics, and let's be honest, every game Mo Salah plays, we create situations where he can go 1v1 versus the fullback. Like we create opportunities for him to basically take on his fullback. Cody as well, but to a lesser extent, but he still gets opportunities. I'm just like, if this is the tactic, these two are probably the worst collections of wingers who are 1v1 versus their fullback.
Thank you.
So where is the balance of tactics versus recruitment? Because Slot's always had wingers that go at their fullbacks. So how are we left with Cody Gakpo and Mo Salah? Like it's like something's not making sense. It's just not adding up. It's just not adding up.
Trust me. Right now,
And
Chiesa will go at his fullback and even give Rio a shout. Rio will go at his fullback.
And they can't play. Yeah, it's not making sense to me, bro.
also, maybe I'm someone who moves away a lot from the tactical side of things, but I think the fact that the only time I can ever remember in all my time following and supporting this club, that captains had to put a letter out to the fans. What VVD done the other week. That is very telling, you know. I initially thought it's maybe to do with this whole, again, this Jota thing. They're trying to get through it, and you know, I mean, we need to stay on board. I'm not so sure now. I'm wondering why did our captain feel the need to put a letter out of that magnitude last week? Something ain't right.
I'm telling you. Okay, let's go to Mark Foster quickly. He says, right. So last season, last season, the team was a team that gelled, a group of players that knew where everyone was on the pitch.
Yeah.
Isak in a system that's not his style of play. Nunes, Jota, and Hugo will come deep and help out. Isak is never going to do this. He wants the ball on the last man, and we just can't find him. Wow.
So do you know what? I think everything he's mentioned can be true, right? Like I go back to when Nunes first came in that first half season, and he was shooting from wild angles, and our team really struggled. Diaz got injured. The season fell apart. But the point was, even though Nunes was taking too many shots, we were creating opportunities where he could shoot. I think he was averaging something like 7 or 8 shots a game at one point in time. And then it was too high because if he's taking 8 shots a game, Salah's only taking 2, and you know what I mean. It's not like
and not scoring.
Yeah, like there's a certain amount of shots a team can have, and you can't just have an infinite amount of shots. But I guess the point is, when I'm watching Isak, one, he just looks poor. That's just the reality of what I'm seeing. But 2, I'm just like, what is the tactical plan to utilize him and to get him chances? Like, what have you seen based on his skill set that you are incorporating into our team, and you're like, okay, cool, he's good at this. We're gonna use him. We're gonna use his strengths in this way, and I can't see this. And look, then this is where I'm like, Slot, like, what is the plan here? And I think about someone like Eddie Howe, right? And look, not to say that he's a better coach than Slot, I'm not saying that at all, but I guess the point I say is this. They clearly played to Isak's strengths, and he thrived at Newcastle. They've changed striker, and they've got that Walter Maida, and they're playing to his strengths, which is slightly different to Isak's, and he's also thriving. So I'm just like, tactically, what is the plan to get the best out of this guy? Because I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all.
I'm glad you said that, because, and then you're talking about Van Basten is saying that this guy is this blah blah blah. We can't see the plan, bro. You understand? We can't see the plan. Do you understand? This makes no sense.
Sometimes these Dutch players, they're too clever for their own good, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect. And maybe they're known to be a very confident race of people, yeah? Very convicted in their beliefs and how they approach things. And again, if he's got this kind of mad up Professor X brain in terms of being able to see things on a football pitch or whatever, maybe he's gone too mad. And the players are like, what are you trying to do here? Do you know what I mean? And he's just, and maybe it's that he's too mad in terms of what he's trying to do on the pitch. Because this is where you got to give Pep credit, you know. Because I used to think this man's a madman, Pep, in a good way, right? But his drive and what he's trying to tactics and all of that. But if you notice, in the 10 years that he's been here, he's got about 3 different styles of playing with different teams he's built.
100.
Oh yes.
So he's transitioned. It's not so much, his football's not as pretty as it was, and it's a little bit more direct now. So I guess what I'm saying is that, is he maybe too, if he's as good as we think he is, or I want him to be, and as good as Van Basten says he is, we need to start seeing him adapt to the tools that he's got.
You know, it is VW.
He's got all the tools, mate. He's got all the tools.
Here, like you're saying about this mad professor, about the players being confused. And then they're talking about, if we don't win against Liverpool, that they'll be calling another emergency meeting. They've had one already, they've said, and if we don't win against Leeds, they're looking to call another emergency meeting on set for Sunday or Monday morning. Okay,
I don't believe that though, because I don't believe that you can personally, I don't think that you can tell a man, do you know what, we've got an emergency meeting on Sunday if you don't win.
Why not?
Well, what's the emergency gonna be? The emergency gonna be you're out, isn't it?
That boy, what do you mean emergency? No, the emergency is that, bro. What is the plan here? And
but I don't think that would. Yeah.
We don't have a habit of sacking managers. The emergency meeting might be the plan of, listen, things are not working, bro. You're being stubborn right now. This is the emergency. Make some changes that are going to get results, or else it's going to be your P45 and the job center. That might be the emergency.
I think.
He's rubbing his face. Sorry.
Yeah, straight up and down.
Yeah. So I generally do believe the ownership. I think they rate Slot very highly. First point.
Yeah.
I think second point, they're clearly aware of what brand Liverpool means, right? And the integrity of the club and our standards. And equally, like, I think I generally think, right, if we hadn't have given him that big amount of money, I think he would have been gone. But I think it looks terrible on the owners that we've given you nearly $500 million and now we're going to sack you. Like, I just think they've almost got to show conviction to show through to kind of give the project time, because like it just looks a bit mad to give a manager that amount of money. The Jota thing happens. I know fans don't want to talk about it anymore because we feel that shouldn't really be a point anymore. But the Jota thing happens. You won the league first season. Jota thing happens. We've given you a big bag of money and we've sacked you 6 months later. I just don't think it looks good in terms of the club's repertoire. So I think, it's probably keeping him in a job, that big bag of money that they spent.
And here's the other thing, right? Sorry, if you're going to come in. Did they give him the money, or did they say, here's what we're getting, this is who we want, this is who we've targeted, well, can you make it work? And he's like, yeah, I can.
The talk is that they brought in the players. That is
Yeah, because that's why they wanted Klopp gone, innit? Because
yeah,
they felt Klopp had too much influence.
yeah,
So they've got to stick with him now. And, we said it last week. Isaac was a vanity buy. Yeah, vanity buy. He might have been the best striker in the Prem. Yeah, he might be the best striker in Europe. Yeah, but you know what? Did we need him? Did we need him? Or if we did need him, why have we not adjusted? Why are the players we bought and why is the system we're playing not catering to him? We bought Ekatike. There was all the talk was, oh, Isaac. If we don't get Isaac, we'll get Ekatike. We get Ekatike, hits the ground running, right? So he was like, do you know what? No, then we don't need Isaac. Do you know what I mean? But you still buy him, and now you created problems for yourselves.
yeah.
It's true.
Bro,
It's
because of the money spent on Isaac.
We back
The money spent was way too much.
A week later, he was sacked.
Yeah, no, but you see with the Rodgers thing though, like there'd still been tensions between Rodgers and the recruitment team. So like we were doing nonsense at that point in time. We were doing things like they would sign a player and then Rodgers would sign a player because they couldn't compromise on who was the right player. So like a good example of that would have been when we signed Firmino and Benteke. You can't have a more unnatural fitting strike partnership. Rodgers wants Benteke, they want Bobby. Like we were doing nonsense like that. So I think with Rodgers, things had become a bit soured, and also, yeah, you got to think, right? When we've got Arnie Slot, we're in a position of strength. We've looked at the market and we've said, this is the guy in it. Like, you're the guy. And you'd have to say it was an inspirational appointment because we'd seen the challenges that Arsenal had replacing Wenger, Fergie at Man U. We get a guy to replace the legend that is Jurgen Klopp, wins the league first season. So, like, it couldn't have gone any better. So, okay, cool. But on top of that, not only are you replacing a legend, we haven't given you any money. No money at all. No money. You're replacing this big icon in Klopp, and we're giving you no money. I think we had something like the least transfer activity throughout the calendar year out of any club in the top 5 leagues in Europe. We signed one player over 2 transfer windows. So Slot's coming under that context. In a squad that we all thought was limited, we wanted 3-4 players, 5-6 with some people, and he's won the league. So it can't go any better. You're now our guy. We're now going to invest heavily and back the project. I just think for you to now sack him, it just looks a bit mad.
It will be for the first time in a long time, for the first time in a very long time, a big black mark on Liverpool and FSG because of all the things you've just said, and then what? You're going to get a next man in and essentially say, a next man's going to come in. Is the next man coming in going to be saying, yeah, do you know what? I don't need any players. I can work with this lot. That's essentially what you're going to be asking him to do because you ain't shelling out no money to get no more players. And then if he does well, he's going to want to get his own players.
Yeah, but there's not that much you need to shell out. And if you count these, obviously there's going to be players who are going to move on. So you can regenerate money.
It's true. It's true. Like their players to yourself, we do. But if I'm being honest, based on what he's done this season, like I think he should be sacked. I don't want him gone because I still believe in him, but I just think I'm looking. But and this is where I think it's a really difficult situation because
it's a compromising situation, isn't it?
It's hard, bro. Because I'm watching I'm like tactically, this is a mess. I'm like, rude boy, you're good at tactics. So if we're tactically a mess, it's not making sense. Like he's not some galaxy brain coach. Like everything is with clarity and precision. He will explain it to you exactly what he's doing. He's a great communicator. All the reports are Bayern are favourites to sign Wirtz, but Wirtz listened to what Slot said about his role and how he's tactically explained is that, and that swung it for him. So we can't pretend that this guy isn't tactically switched on.
I bet he wishes he went Bayern now.
Well, this is world.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, boy. They got Lucho. But so, boy, listen, maybe Slot's wife's left him enough. And because, brother, sometimes, you know what it is? Sometimes life's simple, isn't it? When man are struggling, they got female issues in it. Sometimes that's just what it is, isn't it? Maybe Mrs. Slot, I don't know, innit? They're encountering or something. Slot's been a naughty boy. Like, who knows?
He needs to sort that out, bro. I don't care. He needs to sort it out and find a new Mrs. Slot or whatever.
Because, bro, we look terrible.
Go get a brass. You know what I mean?
Because let's keep 100 in it. We look terrible. The motivation, 100%. The energy, the fitness, the plan, it's a mess. And say he got sacked, he couldn't complain.
No, definitely not. Gonna send a massive shout goes out to Mr. DC. Nice to have you on board, brother, my brother from Father Figure. And he says Isak is not used to playing in a team that continually plays against a low block. Okay. And then Mark goes on to say that if Isak was playing for Klopp right now, we'd be top of the league now because of the different pace of Slot's game and Klopp pace. See what's really going on now is you're not saying that it's going to look like a big mistake from FSG and whatever, blah blah. Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say, you know what, I messed up. It's like when you butt that gap, you know what I mean, and you think that everything that glitters is gold, yeah. And then when you move in with her, you realize she can't cook. The yard's a hot mess. You know what I mean? Things are all over the place, and you're like, what the fuck? So what? You're gonna stay? Or you stepping, bro?
Nah, can you make a mistake?
Nah,
but can you make a mistake on someone who wins the league in your first season?
No, and this is the point. You'd have to judge it as
man
had a sterling CV of showing virtue and all the attributes that man them like, innit? And then for the first couple of years, it was perfect, and then it's flipped. Like when it was good and it flips, you've got to understand why. Innit? Personally, Slot's got issues at home. That's my synopsis. Either Slot's cheating or something like that. Slot's got issues at home because this doesn't make no sense.
So if you got issues at home and you're getting into work, your boss is going to need to tell you to fix up.
Or Slot was cheating with Cody's gal, and Cody's found out, and Cody's blackmailing him. There you go. Because that explains why Slot's head's gone and why Cody's permanently playing. So there you go. That's my theory.
Right. Which basically tells you, right?
Trash.
Yeah. But you know what? That basically what Dr. Blake has just surmised there, right? Because he's always very, very articulate and very clear in his thought process. Shows you no one knows what's going on. This is just madness. It's absolute madness because the form has just dropped off a cliff. And we can't explain it. We're 36 minutes into the show and we still don't know. Right? And we ain't gonna know. It's mad. We've got a squad. Top 3 squad. Yeah? It doesn't make no sense. It's not to say that you bought a whole heap of players, right, who aren't good players and it's not gelling. Well, it's not gelling. But what I mean is that you buy a whole heap of players who aren't of repute and aren't really... It's not like a Man United squad. You know what I mean? Where they chuck out, spend a whole heap of money and they've got just a bag of rubbish. That's not the case here. All these players in this squad are proven. All of them.
It's true. If anything, you'd say Hugo was the least proven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man is saying that Indy's saying Liverpool are looking at Glasgow. That's his latest tweet.
I can see why. I don't know about this 3 at the back thing, but boy, right now, bro, like it's desperate, isn't it?
What? Glasgow from Palace.
Yeah.
Slot is not. Yeah, I've also heard. But they also mentioned somewhere. What's the German coach? Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann, yeah. Nagelsmann, yeah.
He's the kind
I don't
of
like.
coach.
No, I don't like it. Like, gents, I'll be honest, I don't like it. I don't like the thought of that because to me, and maybe like, again, I just don't want to think that Liverpool's done a dud. We don't do duds very often, right? In terms of how we process things and how we do things. And I think it would be no successful Liverpool manager in our lifetime has gone from those sort of heights to getting sacked.
Mm, mm.
It's not who we are.
Yeah, no, it's listen, V, I completely agree.
Good evening, Demas. Big up yourself, my bro. Hope you're doing well. Slot is not the tactician we thought he was. Last year, he played a combination of Klopp and slot ball, which I said, which is very true. And now he wants to just play slot ball, which is not working.
But then my thing with that, though, right, is what we saw last season was basically a version of what his final team looked like. This season, none of his previous teams have ever looked like this. And this is where I'm just like, it's not making sense. If his previous coaching stints had gone off tangent and looked a bit wild, I'd say cool, innit? But what we saw last season is basically what his final team looked like. So it's not even like this whole idea of, and I do get it. People like, yeah, Slot looked good with Klopp's players, right? But it's almost like, okay, Slot is the head coach. They specifically hired the head coach because they wanted to have control over the recruitment and the retention. So Slot coached last season and he's coaching again this season. He didn't sign last season's players. He didn't sign this season's players. He's just coaching. So it's just not. It's not making, yeah, it's just not making sense to me. But equally, we can go down rabbit holes and try and work out what's happening. What we're seeing is a pathetic team at the moment. And I hate saying that, but
no, it's true.
It's just not good. So realistically, yeah, like if he gets sacked, he can't complain.
Definitely not. Definitely.
Yeah,
not.
it's
Gentlemen, talk to me about Cody yesterday. Man, this guy. You know when they talk about someone's teeth in a living? This guy. Yep. Thank you.
It's just like brother, man.
The man said, so he cuts inside and he hits it into row Z, or he cuts inside and hits it into the defender.
Bro.
This guy.
But you know what though? I'm gonna cut Cody a bit of slack, right? Because I just think sometimes you've got to be honest about what you've got in a player. And I think Cody Gakpo is a wide forward who he's not the most aggressive player. He's a little bit soft, but he's got technical ability. He's got an okay change of pace, good top speed, but he's like a thinking footballer. But he's one-dimensional. But I just think ultimately, if you're going to play him, you've got to play to his strengths, and his strengths are to create space for him to cut in. That's what he's good at. Like, if you're asking Cody Gakpo to be a left winger and to go past his fullback and to stretch the play and to be intricate and to have quick little 1-2s and be dynamic, that's just not what he's good at. So I just feel like at some point you've got to say, like, why am I asking you to do something that you're not particularly good at?
Do you think he could go past this player if he was playing on the right then? So you have to go down on his right.
Because I think I think if he played on the right, he'd run out of the pitch. He would just keep running that direction, bro. He'd just keep on doing that.
Cody's running down the tunnel.
He's probably still cutting out. He's cutting out. Honestly, I personally think Cody is a central player. I've said this for time, and everyone says, I think Cody's best through the middle. I think Cody Gakpo is basically a forward, a striker who just doesn't like physical contact. So he plays wide, but he's his thought process is that of a striker. Like, let me get my shots off. Like, and I mentioned this weeks ago. Like, I don't see the chemistry of what Cody Gakpo does that naturally blends with our desire to get the best from Isak. There's nothing in Cody's game that I see benefiting a goal scorer number 9 like Isak. Cody works best with a false 9, going to allow him to basically be like a forward player. He's going to try and score goals. Like, he's a proper inside forward. He wants to shoot. Like, it just...
Mohamed said, so DC says that Cody is an impact player and not replacing Diaz was a big mistake.
Selling Diaz was a big mistake. Forget replacing him. You just need to sell him.
Mark Foster says that Slot ain't got a clue where to put Wirtz in his system, and Wirtz is confused what Slot wants from him with his crazy tactics. And now I can't defend Gakpo. He ain't using any of his teammates. This is why Kirkes is confused too. Kirkes making runs and Gakpo got the blinkers on. Well,
we've gone from looking like Capone and Noriega to PJ and Duncan, mate. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad, isn't it?
Listen, it's true, right? Gakpo is like, he ain't looking for nobody. He's looking to cut inside and bang all the time. Cut inside and bang all the time, all day long. And it's like, even like you said, he's a thinking player. Bro, if I'm doing this 3 times in the game and nothing ain't happening, do you not think that I think and do something different?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Lay it off, try and hook up somebody else? What kind of thinking player is he? Come on, man. Come on. So it's not rocket science, bro.
Do you know what I say? Maybe I phrased that incorrectly. I think he's quite a composed player, maybe that's what I mean. And I think it's his composure why his goals and assists will always be decent. Because don't get me wrong, many of his assists have been completely fluky. That assist against West Ham, fluky.
Yes.
But I just think Cody will get GA because he is just composing where he plays the game. Like, his decision making is terrible, but yeah, there's a level of technical ability and I guess just composure to what he does. But look, my thing with Cody is this, right? He's 6'4", yeah. I think his aerial win percentage is something like 20%. And you're 6'4". I think he's just soft, bruv, innit? I think he's just a real soft brer who just, like, you see, I think he's one of these players when everything's going well, amazing. But when it's time to roll up like your sleeves and fight, bruv, you don't want Cody.
Yeah, he's not the one. He's not the one. But it'd be interesting to see, after getting hooked now, does he start the next game? That would be very interesting to see for me. Because surely...
You know, the scary thing is, none of them look like they deserve to start the next game. It's like...
Right.
Finn, the only man who consistently looks like he should be starting is Chiesa.
Was that? Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he ain't starting. And this is where I think he has to say, yes, Slot does have a bit of Mad King syndrome still. Because
maybe that's why Slot his missus broke up. Maybe Chiesa banged his missus, bro. Maybe that's why he's not playing him. Me?
Someone's missing somewhere's been troubled because it ain't making no sense, bro.
Nah, the math ain't mathing, mate.
It's not.
You know,
3 different games. Wirtz could have had 3 goals now if Salah had taken his blinkers off on the other side as well, for real. DC says, I see Cody tripping over Isak last night, literally stepping on the man's toes. And then Mark says that he'd rather see Dan's up top.
You know it's bad, right? You know it's bad when you're not even vexed. We're not on this show now. We're not like one of them Arsenal shows where they're going off on everything, complaining. We're so amused or bemused by this team. You can only laugh, innit? It's just mad.
I'm telling
you. It's like our spirits have been broken, bro.
Yeah. Even yesterday when I'm watching this dire game and I'm trying to watch this game, And then when they scored, it's like, I saw this happening, man. I wasn't even very, I just sat there, like, I saw this coming, bro. I saw this coming. And then to top it all off, Wirtz does that lovely bit of skill. But then the shot he hits is going way yonder. It could be getting out for a bloody throw. Till it hits my man and then goes in. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
It's like Keystone Cops, isn't it? There was a little pennies.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, listen, I don't know. As I said, if it's that boy that does them internet casting spells, I don't know what's happened, bro. But see, I said last week, innit? Anytime a man hits the ball against us, it stays hit, is bursting there. It's like any way to go, it's almost like Final Destination. It's like you are going to concede a goal under any circumstances. Because I know Van Dijk got criticism before that, and yes, he should have done better. When you look at it again, just in a calm state, for that to end up in a goal, like it's almost like what if that same event happens 100 times? How many times does it end up in a goal like that? Like, so it's just bare bad luck, bro.
Van Dijk has got to go and close him down, man. You can't be backing off, bro. Close him down. When you go and close him down, you make the view of the goal smaller.
Yeah, but I guess the point is though, he still blocks the ball.
Yeah, but
like it's not like he gives him a clean shot. He doesn't give him a clean shot because he does block the ball.
Yeah, but he's got to get closer to him. That's what I'm saying. You get closer to him,
and I think that could be argued. He should got closer to him. But even in that point, right? Because of what Van Dijk does, Alisson has a clear line of sight. It's not like he's in Alisson's way. It's just the nature of the deflection. Like Alisson's always got perfect sight of what's happening. Just it's not like he's in front of Alisson. Alisson can't see it and he reacts. I'm just like, it hits him. It's almost like some kind of top spin shot from tennis, bro. I'm like, it's almost like any way in our net is going to happen, bro.
It's like, here we go again.
Yeah, like.
DC says the whole team can get dropped.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Demas says, yeah, big up Chiesa. Yeah. I get you, Demas, for real. Big up Chiesa.
But then even Szoboszlai, yeah? Like, how is it that our best player is the player who we basically tried to replace in the summer by signing Wirtz? Like, all of the, like, it's just not making sense. And yes, we could argue that you were going to move Szoboszlai into midfield, what have you. But start of the season, Florian Wirtz played exactly where Szoboszlai had been playing previously. So he could replace Szoboszlai as our number 10. That's just the facts of what we saw. There's no trying to like deny that. We all saw it. So even that, I'm saying to myself, did we need to spend 180 million pounds to replace Szoboszlai?
Yeah, and who made the call?
Yeah.
Who made the call? Right? Because that's the other thing. Let's be fair. Do we have a situation where, again, the recruitment team, thinking that they're smarter than the average bear, have said, here's your gifts, work with that. And he's trying to work with it. And it's just like,
it don't fit.
It don't fit. You know, it's like two things, right? I wonder what training is like the next day when we turn up. You'd love to be a fly on the wall in the training sessions and in the team meetings right now, because I would love to know who is just completely not with it now, who's switched off, who's engaged.
Oh, you can see who switched off.
I can see it. I don't want to do it.
Is anybody switched on?
But in training, what is going on in training? I've even seen. It's funny on my algorithm. I'm not seeing any happy training videos coming up at the moment. Videos are locked down, locked me. No videos coming through.
I wonder why.
Yeah, no Nivea adverts coming through. Yeah. Yeah. There's no meeting up. There's no meeting up with the local fans in the community and doing them little feel good videos. There's none of that right now.
They got to hide from them. That's why. Don't be getting out there, bro. You can get thumped up. I tell you.
Yeah.
So Mark makes a good one here. I like this. So he says the real problem is right back. We need to talk about this because we can't keep using Jones or Szoboszlai, two players we need up the pitch. January, a real solid right back. Take it back. We should have got Peters. Bloody hell. Wow. That's no. You're gone too far, brother. You're gone too far.
I told you Walker Peters. I told. Listen.
When's Frimpong back? When's Frimpong back?
I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure.
Frimpong must be back soon, but then even like this is the point, right? We said, yes, Frimpong is a very dynamic player, very exciting player, but he's playing for his last 3 years. He's come to the fore playing the wing back. Kirkes is a very up and down attacking left back. And even start of this season, where it's just like, why is Kirkes being used as basically like a defensive left-sided centre back? That's not where he excelled last season or the previous 2-3 years. So I'm not saying that's why he struggled, but plays in the same role.
And
where
then
they
people want to be girring him now, saying he's not performing.
Yeah, someone's just like, he hasn't had an opportunity to it. And it's what I'm saying, is this slot arts for Kirkes? Because what I see Slot using, the way I see Slot using his fullbacks this season, is how he's always used them. One's a bit more attacking, one stays in and tucks in a little bit. They might go into midfield or they might stay and make free at the back, but they don't really necessarily get ahead of the ball. But that's not what Kirkes is good at. Kirkes is an up and down flyer. And this is where it's just like, what we're asking these guys to do, they're not suited to. And this is why I'm just like, did you make these signings? Was Frimpong basically signed to secure Verts and Richard Hughes thought he was playing 4D chess? I don't know.
Maybe. Did we really need Frimpong when we know he ain't no right back?
You put him to get Verts, yeah.
DC says the whole of them switch off. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. He says Frimpong is in training now, but he will take till after the Inter Milan game before we find the bench.
And he weren't putting up no trees beforehand. But none of them were.
Now I really am being trolled. Yes, Tony. Okay, T. Okay. Another Arsenal fan, peoples. Yeah.
Runner, listen.
Oh, man.
Rolling
the element.
Yeah. All right, bro. All right. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here. I'm here, brother. I'm here, Tony. Don't worry, man. You don't keep hyping, bro. Just make sure you get it over the line, or else you're done out here. Remember that. Yeah? Do you remember that?
Do you know the other thing as well? It's looking what I don't like, outside of what's going on at the moment, is that our title win is looking like a fluke. It's looking like a Leicester. It's looking like a Leicester.
Yeah, it's true.
In terms of like what we've done this last season and what we're doing now.
Of course it is.
When we know it really ain't the case because the players are there. Like the results don't lie, do they?
Oh, you see, look, Tony's getting bright now. That's a Blackburn. These guys, bro, they're disrespectful.
Question, gents.
Tell him, Mark.
Assuming that we all still rate Xabi Alonso as a manager, well, I'm assuming people do, and yeah, for the people who are watching as well, would you take Gerrard as an interim appointment until the summer and then get Alonso? Like, would you be happy with that?
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that over the last couple of days. If get rid of Slot, and who would I bring in as an interim manager until we get someone permanent? And I was thinking, would I take Gerrard? But I'm still, the jury for me still out, because I think it's just more sentiment of him as a great Liverpool player rather than him being, he's not a great manager for me.
Like, he's not.
He's not. Yeah. What's the difference between Steven Gerrard and John Barnes? Why don't we get John Barnes then? Because their credibility as managers is about the same. Let's have it right. Yeah.
No,
might as well get Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah,
I'd rather get Kenny Dalglish.
I'm telling you.
I love Gerard, but that's not. This is what I'm saying about we've got to be careful, all right, about letting go of this guy Slot. We start talking madness.
so I think
Steven Gerrard coming in.
So I think the Gerrard angle is more around what is perceived. It's more because the team's flat emotionally. So the whole idea of Gerrard would like galvanize the troops and get a bit of passion into the players in the dressing room, and so it'd be more to try to
Be a bit of
correct
fight.
that side. Yeah,
Yeah, I get that, but that doesn't work.
yeah, I
It
hear it.
doesn't work. It's never worked. West Ham done it with Trevor Brooking. We don't do them teams there, man. It's not Liverpool.
And you know something that I never thought I would see, especially after we won the league last season. Man had the cheek to send me the Big Sam in the Liverpool kit meme to say like Allardyce is coming soon. You know, I said nah.
Get my coat and come to save the day.
Remember I said it's time for Big Sam. I said nah. I said Slot, brother man. Man, I sending me the Big Sam meme. Big Sam.
Big Sam gonna come down to my club, bro. But I tell you what,
You're gonna get Gerrard. Might as well get Tony Pulis.
if Big Sam come down, at least we'd be hard to beat. I give you that much.
Yeah, get him and Tony Pulis in. Work together.
Oh,
man, sent me the Big Sam. I said nah, Big Sam. Nah.
What, launching the ball up top?
Yeah.
Man sent me the Big Sam meme. I said nah, liberties. But yeah, the Gerrard.
All right then. Let's ask a serious question then. So if it was a case of coming December, results are still not going well. They say, right, boom, you're going to be gone by January. Who would you actually ideally like to get in?
In January?
Yeah. Who would you say, all right, then, you know what? He's gone. This is who I want at the club to take us forward.
I go with Alonso. It seems like the Realm thing won't last incredibly long, but he will be there for the rest of the season. So I'd probably put maybe one of these coaches in as the assistant manager until the rest of the season. I don't know. I see the angle with Glasner, but I probably would wait for Alonso.
Vinny?
I don't have a Scooby, right? And you know, I know this is a debate show and a show where people give their insight. It's like I really don't have a Scooby, and that's the predicament we're in. I don't think. Yeah, you're going to have to get. It most probably would be Glasner then.
Mm.
Okay.
If of anyone, but
says,
even Alonso would be damaged goods.
Yeah, I don't think Gerrard's any good. And Mark says, go talk to Pep Linders and Gerrard together.
Nah, but again, as I said, I think the Gerrard thing is more around what we perceive to be, as I said, his like interpersonal.
It's sentimental, man. It's sentimental.
But it's also, but I think it's also in the context of a dressing room that is still mourning what's happened with Jota as well. And I think this is, look, I would not be ordinarily saying I would be even advocating for Steven Gerrard. Trust me. But I do think this is quite a unique circumstance that we find ourselves in. And I guess my worry would be for where the players are now. I don't know if they perform for any manager at the moment.
No, but you know what? I do hear what you're saying with the Gerrard shout as interim.
Maybe they're just flat, the players.
I do believe he would go in there and them players can't chat to him because he's done it, apart from like winning the Prem, but he's done it. And they know what kind of great player he is. And even he could probably still go out on the pitch and show them a thing or two. And I believe the way that he would talk to them and get them going, they would then be putting up a bit of fight. There would be some press. There would be some energy. And then, you know, when them things happen, you do the basics. this is when then your class will start to come through. So players like Wirtz and that could start to shine.
Yeah.
So
I think
I do get that, but I still feel I don't rate. I can't say I would want Gerrard in long term right now for me.
Same.
He's done nothing to prove that to me. You went into a league that's only got 2 teams, did a bit, and then when you come to Villa now,
mash it up, boy.
You got exposed. So for
me,
me,
cost us the league by 2-0 up against City and then end up losing 3-2.
Yeah.
Took off Coutinho, man.
Yeah.
Took off Coutinho.
Meant to be doing us a favour.
So to be fair though, he was, man. He was, Stevie. He was.
Xavi, Gerrard, Nagelsmann, and Zidane. One of them 4.
Forget Zidane.
Okay.
You see Zidane, he's the one that I think he's a complete wild card, isn't it? Like, he's either just a great Real Madrid manager, or he literally is that good, and like whoever he goes to next is just gonna bust it up. It's really hard with my man, because what he won was it 3 Champions Leagues in a row, or like 3 in 4 years?
Yeah.
Come on, like, that's mad, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know, but you don't. The fact that you don't hear people talking about him makes you think that, listen, there's most probably either a team around him or the players. He's more of a Gerrard figure for the club in that management role. Maybe he just gives a bit of, G up here and there, because you don't hear no one talking about him. You won 3 Champions Leagues in a row and no one's chatting about you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That make no sense.
No, yeah,
that don't make no sense.
Because how many managers have done that?
Right, none.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah,
true.
but your name's not ringing off. Yeah, nah,
Iriola's dipped out of the running because he was a prominent figure a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, Bournemouth have been on a bit of a bad run in the last couple of weeks. And this is what I'm saying: is this market's so volatile. He was like Iriola and Glasner 2 weeks ago, but they've lost twice or got points in 2 or 3 games. He's now gone, and
it's true.
Look, we're just in a really. It's a very, very complex situation, right? If the Jota incident didn't happen, right, I think it'd be gone. Because you could turn around and say, right, you've just gone mad and something's not going right here. But I think we spoke about it last week. I think the Jota situation plays a significant part in this. It doesn't make any sense. When I came on here, I said bemused, bewildered, all them sort of things. Dr. Blake don't know what to say, right? It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot going on.
It's true.
There's a lot going on.
It's true, buddy. Man's inventing stories about Slot linking Cody's gal and Cody's blackmailing.
Yeah.
But hold on. But how do you talk about that when you think about the start that they had to the season? So what is this?
But they weren't playing good at the start.
Just kicking in now.
This is it.
They weren't playing good at the start.
If they started the season down like that, then you might say, yeah, I could understand that. But I think, was it the first 5? We won the first 5.
Yeah. Barely though, RE.
Yeah, I know, but they still got it over the line.
But I think this is the point as well.
Now we don't look like getting anything over the line.
But I think this is the point. As bad as what we've been, I think we have been unlucky in terms of the goals that have gone against us and the goals that we have. Like we have just missed chances as well. Not chances that you might say you'd want us to be creating. It's not like say it's the main strikers missing the chances, but just a team. If it was it Kirkhead against who did Kirkhead miss that chance? They pulled it back. I think it might have been Forest. And it's the right foot and he just scuffs it. And then in the same game, Mac 10 had the shot that Elliot Anderson cleared off the line. It's 0-0 there. And I just think we've had these little mad moments.
Cody's header the other day.
Do you know what? I thought about that. and this is what I'd say in it. Any headed opportunity that Cody Gakpo misses, I'm not saying it's a big chance. Because my man clearly don't like headering. So
I don't care. He's a footballer, bro. I don't care. I don't want to hear that.
He's 6'4" and don't win headers. Like I'm saying the slot. If at the end of the game, our biggest chances are Cody Gakpo missing headers, you ain't done your job properly because that don't play to his strengths. Yes, he should be good at it, but he's clearly not. So Cody missing headers, like I'm not even trying to include that in it. But I do agree, you would want someone to score that, but
Come on.
Maybe he's got a receding hairline, because if you've got a receding hairline, you definitely don't want to be doing no headers, mate.
Bro, the man just don't want to get hit.
I've been there, innit? So, you know what I mean?
You're not alone, bro. Don't worry, man.
Listen, there's stories everywhere. But Cody just don't, bro. It's that whole legacy. You know, in boxing, we talk about the Mayweather legacy of no one wanting to lose, innit? There is a Ronaldo and Messi legacy to football that hasn't always been good, especially when it comes to the number 9 position. And it's players that want to be goal scorers that don't want to play through the middle. So it's almost like they want to get all of the benefits that strikers get, but none of the negatives that you get from playing in the striker role, taking contact from centre backs, back to goal play, hold up play, all the things that people don't like. They just want to have this perfect role from out wide. I'm going to be a wide striker, take 5 shots a game, not have to do any kind of hard yardage, ball to feet. This is how they want to play now.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like, nah, bro, you're not meant to be strikers, but fix up.
So talk to me though. All right, gentlemen, before we have to get this on now, Leeds this weekend, how do you line up that team against Leeds? What is your time? What is your players, and how do you line them up?
I think he will go how
No. You.
Oh, me?
Not slot. You.
Boy. Honestly?
Yeah.
Obviously, Alisson in goal. I'd go Szoboszlai, right back.
What? Okay.
I'd go Szoboszlai, Gomez, Virgil, and Robbo. Midfield, right wing, I'd go Chiesa. Centre mid, I'd go Endo and Grav. Left, I'd go Rio. Verts 10, Hugo 9.
Interesting. Okay. Vinny look like he's making some notes there.
I am making my notes. So I've got Alisson, Sibs right back, Robertson left back, Gomez and Virgil in defence. Midfield would be Gravenberch, Chiesa, Verts. Sorry, not Chiesa on the wing. Sorry, but in the middle, I'll go Gravenberch.
Yeah.
I'll go Verts. I'm going in front. Is a TK fit now again?
Yeah. He's fit.
Okay, TK. Come back to me. I'm gonna have to go with 2 more. Who do you go with then, Artie? I'm working mine out, mate. I'm struggling.
All right. So I'll probably go. Yeah, Alisson, Robbo. I'm going. All right, I'm going.
Team's dead, mate.
Virgil, Canate, and
Canate.
And Gomez. Simply because I want Gravenberch and Szoboszlai and Verts in the 10.
I like that still. I like that.
And then I want Ekatike on the left, Isak and Chiesa.
Yeah, I like that. I like that still.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's that's got to play games, isn't it? It is what
Mark
it is.
says, my hometown team: Becca, Gomez, Kanate, VVD, Robbo, Ryan, Sabozlai, Mac, Wirtz, Hugo, Chiesa.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Is VVD droppable?
What
Does VVD need to be taken
what
out?
formation would you not play?
Me, I'd go 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, I think the 4-2-3-1's fine if you've just got the right personnel and the right balance of profiles in the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you reckon we're gonna get on against Leeds, gentlemen? See how they gave
I really don't know.
KKK a good boxing up the other day.
We're gonna win, man. Surely
What?
we're gonna win.
Yeah, we thought we'd win against Nottingham Forest, bro.
That was a low point still. That was a low point. That
Yeah.
was a low point.
At home.
I'm gonna go 2-0. Win for us.
Okay.
2-0 away.
Road. Yeah, under the lights at Ellen Road, we're gonna get it fully. And he says, I fully agree with Mark Foster's selection. Mark says he's gonna go 4-3-3.
Makes sense.
I think that game's got 2-2 written all over it.
Can he really survive if he's taken 5 points from our week?
Could you imagine?
Yeah. 5 points from what? Sunderland, Leeds, and West Ham.
Yeah.
Here's one. Would man take Emery?
I thought about
Villa's Emery.
Yeah.
He's another one I thought about.
No, man, that voice is not a Liverpool manager voice, mate. Sorry. I'm petty, innit? That's what I'm just saying, mate.
Yeah.
It's not a Liverpool manager voice, mate. Sorry.
I don't know.
Because, like, if you think about it, right? My man's just a good manager, isn't it? And when it looks like he's under pressure, he turns it around. Like Villa, Villa are now third in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, he's clearly a stubborn dude, like he does nonsense things, but you know, like this team football.
He's not a bad shout.
But I don't know what it is. He wouldn't have the backing of the fan base because there's nothing, I guess, glamorous about Emery. Whereas I think if you said to Liverpool fans, Emery or Iriola, I'd say most are saying the Bournemouth guy. The vast majority saying the Bournemouth guy. Yeah. Although he's infinitely not as proven as Emery, but I just think he's just not really a glamorous kind of name.
Here's a question for you, and this will sum it up: Emery or Dyche?
Brother. Listen. On that note,
Might have been like Big Sam, bro. Like he's got a point to prove.
Some people will be questioning that, though. Some people would actually need to play it.
I beg you, refrain from the profanities, please. Yeah.
Listen, Big Sam would fix our set piece issues up, and realistically, the man should be in the manager.
Never let that guy near my club, you know. Sean Dyche, bro. It's a wrap for me, you know. I'm telling you. It's a wrap.
Maybe we're doing things the wrong way, man. Maybe you don't need one manager. Maybe you need a unit. So, Dyche, Pulis, Allardyce. Oh my word! Yeah.
Listen, listen.
We'll stop losing. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah, but we wouldn't score no goals the other end.
Listen, man. Big Sam played with some flair now. Bloody Big Sam had JJ and who else did he have cooking? JJ,
Djorkaeff, Djorkaeff.
Yeah, Djorkaeff.
All of them. Yeah.
And Nelka up front as well. Like he had a Nelka playing ball. Because I swear like
Yeah.
Anelka got moved to Chelsea after that, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
I
maybe
think
Big
he went
Sam is
Liverpool first,
Chelsea,
no?
bro. Huh?
Did he go Liverpool after Bolton and then Chelsea? Do you remember
Yeah.
he was at Liverpool?
Wow, he wanted the off instead. Yeah.
But on that note, gentlemen, I'm gonna say thank you very much, VW. It's been a blast, my bro. Well
Yeah,
done.
thank you. Thank you for having me on, gentlemen.
Doctor. I'm gonna say bless up, my bro.
Listen, man, I can do some digging on these Cody Gakpo rumors and Slot's wife rumors, man. I'm gonna do some
Yeah,
digging during the
man.
week.
No, we need an investigation, bro. Yeah, and also what you call it on Chiesa and Slot's misses.
Yeah.
We need an
Leave it
investigation
with
to
me.
find out what's
Leave it with
going
me,
on.
man.
But, yeah, but big up to all my slot out peoples out there.
It's going to be interesting where we are, what we're talking about next week, isn't it?
Yeah, whoa, this is
For
what
real.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, because we got Inter, innit?
Yeah, that could be a slapping.
Nah, we're good in
That
Champions
could
League.
be a
man.
box up. You get me? But you know
Yeah,
what?
they're
I'm not
proper,
gonna
man.
lie. It's hard to admit, but part of me was saying, you know what? Maybe let Sunderland give us a bit of a roasting. That might get him out of the club quicker. You get me?
Yeah.
Right, you really want him gone?
Nah, like, he's doing nonsense, though.
Yeah, he's doing nonsense, bro. He's just
Like,
fucking.
he's doing nonsense still. He's doing nonsense.
And like they say, the buck stops with the manager at the end of the day.
Mm.
So, you know what? Yeah, get out of my club, man.